Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Chairman of Health and Human Resources, please yield.
Gentleman yield. Gentleman yields.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Thank you for yielding. I'm sorry to have you get up today, but you know more. You know more about this subject than I do. Basically, what the bill says that I hate talking about this as much as anybody. That poison would have to be injected into the fetus before the D&E, before the procedure was made. Under this bill, there would have to be poison injected.
It doesn't say you have to do that. It's saying that if you were to perform the D&E on a live fetus, that you would probably need to terminate it first before you do the D&E. So it doesn't preclude you from doing the D&E. Now, there are medical alternatives to doing a termination also. Doesn't mean you have to inject a feticide or something.
This is the most commonly used method for a second trimester abortion.
Yes, it is.
And so, under this bill, it'd be safe to say that in the unfortunate event where someone would have this choice for themselves during their pregnancy, and this was the doctor felt was the safest method. In order to perform that method, they would have to inject poison.
Probably, yes.
And what kind of poison did they use?
Well, there's several things you can do. You can either, for injecting poisons, you're talking about digoxin is one thing, 1 milligram of digoxin. The other thing would be potassium chloride.
What would happen if they missed with the potassium chloride?
Well, it's sort of like doing an amniocentesis. You probably wouldn't miss, but if you inject it into the uterus itself, that could be something that could get into the maternal bloodstream, and that could be a factor. But I would imagine someone that is careful enough to be able to do a D&E, because it does take a fair amount of skill to do that, would be careful enough not to inject something into the maternal bloodstream.
Is this something that is commonly taught, that method is taught now?
It's not commonly taught, but it's possible. I mean, I would be able to do it if I wanted to.
It's not commonly taught, but you said it could be a factor. Could that factor be the death of the patient?
Well, the D&E itself could be the death of the patient.
But if they missed with the poison, could that result to the patient?
The possibility if it was a high enough dosage.
And then the baby dies also, right?
Well, yes, that
So
would
you have
happen too.
the mother and the
if
child
mom dies,
both
baby
die.
dies. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm sorry I made you have to get up, but you're the doctor. I'm not. At the appropriate time, I'd like to briefly speak to the bill.
Gentleman may proceed.
This is an extremely difficult decision for me today, not nearly as difficult as the decision is when a woman is faced with this decision. I don't know what goes into, whether it's because it was a rape or someone was a victim of incest, or there's medical complications. I know that that's provided for in the bill, but it's not really clear, and it creates a bit of doubt in the doctor whether or not they should use this method or that method or lose their license. And what I'm trying to say is I'm very uncomfortable making this decision for other people. And I know we make a lot of decisions for other people, but we're making decisions inside their doctor's office for them. I'm going to come down on the side of trusting the women and their doctors to make the right decision for themselves on the unfortunate event that they even would consider that decision. Because like everybody else in here, I'm also pro-life. Everybody in here wants to see every baby carried to term and be born healthy to two healthy parents and be raised in a healthy household. But that's just not the case all the time. So yeah, it's going to be a tough decision that I'm going to vote against this because of what I just heard. There could be mistakes made, and it could result in the death of the patient, death of the mother, and the baby. And I have a feeling though that there's going to be, there'll be more votes in the affirmative, and the bill is going to pass. And I just hope that if we are all truly pro-life and we're all truly pro-children, I just hope after this vote we can work together on doing some things to improve public education and maybe juvenile justice reform, maybe helping their parents get better jobs so they can provide for their kids, maybe funding their insurance their health insurance. They can go to the doctor themselves. So, but it is a tough decision. I'm going to have to vote no and trust women and their doctors to make these decisions for themselves. Thank you.